Hello and welcome to beginner leg day number 2 on the Bowflex. My name is Eric. This is my dog Roxy, and Roxy's here for moral support. Whenever we do leg day, she is here to cheer us on. Now, today's routine is going to be done just on normal Bowflex here. I'll be using the normal Bowflex handles for this routine. However, if you have some leg ankle straps, I would grab those, and then also grab a yoga mat if you got it as well. Because we are going to be lying down on the ground for a little bit of this routine. It's kind of nice to have something soft to lie on. So today's routine is just going to be a normal interval style routine, meaning we're working out to this clock behind me here. 25 seconds of work. Our rest intervals are going to vary a little bit throughout today's routine, and we're just going to have a couple weight changes throughout this whole thing. Previews of the lifts will be up on the screen as we go. We got 6 different exercises that we'll be doing here today. We're going to be racking up our resistance in just a moment, but first we have our 3-minute stretch and warm up, and we're going to get into that now. All right, let's get this started. Jogging in place here. Alternatively, you can do some high knees. We're trying to get the body warm, and then we'll get a nice stretch going. While we're doing this, there's gonna be previews of the lifts up on the screen here that we'll be doing today. I also wanna say, way to go for making it to leg day number 2 and progressing through this whole beginner program. I know it's not easy to, incorporate, new habits or new changes in your life, and what you're doing here is going to be good for yourself, not just, in the short term, hopefully seeing some, feeling good, higher energy levels already, but it's going to be good for your health long term. So nice job on making this, part of your routine and your habits. So we're going to be doing this for another 5 seconds or so, and then we're moving into a body weight squat. Let's wind this jog down. Legs are going to be a little bit wider and shoulder width apart. Hands together. Drop down nice and low as you can, comfortably go, and raise up out of it. Now, as you're doing this, I want you thinking about where your knees end up. If your knees are ending up way in front of your body, that's not necessarily the way you want to do these. That's going to put a lot of extra pressure on your joints here, and even on your lower back. So try to drop straight down, and your legs should almost be pointing straight up, or your shin should be. You might need to lean forward just a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Okay, side squats. Legs are gonna be nice and wide apart, and we're just gonna go side to side here, and drop and raise up out of it. Now for me, I can always go a little further the more of these I do, so challenge yourself. Press up out of these, and let's do one more, and we're gonna go into a downward dog. Downward dog is gonna be, palms are gonna be on the ground, and we're gonna be leaning forward like this. Head is gonna be in alignment with your arms. You should feel a nice stretch in your calves. And now let's pedal it a little bit here. Loosen up those calves and your Achilles tendon. And we're going to hold this or do this for another 5 seconds. And now let's come up out of this, and you got 25 seconds to do whatever you need. That could be a forward fold today, or maybe it's a quad stretch, whatever you need right here. Maybe it's some torso twist. And when this clock behind me hits 0, we're going to start racking up that resistance. All right, our first lift up today is going to be horizontal squats. And I would recommend most people start out with at least 50 pounds of power rods, maybe even go up to 80 or 100. The resistance for your horizontal squats is largely just to serve as a counterbalance for your resistance or for your body weight. So remove the bench here, and let's get racking up our weight. And as always, if you need a little bit more resistance too, I sell this upgrade kit on my website here. Cheap way to add a lot of resistance. Inexpensive, it's not a cheap way. This is quality resistance here. A lot less cost than than adding more power rods. But anyways, so for our horizontal squats, we're gonna be tucking the weight in a little bit towards our body, dropping down, holding this almost like we're sitting on the bar and then raising up out of this position. Now, if you can't hold the weight close to your torso, you can let this weight kind of rest in front of you as well and just use that as a counterbalance. Also, if you have a lot of weight racked up here, you might need to stand on the platform. Otherwise, you start pulling your Bowflex away from the wall or wherever you got it. So as you do this, again, you're going to want to drop, almost like hover above the crossbar and raise up out of that. So we got a total of 4 sets of those horizontal squats. So get a nice breather in here between sets. And I want you in position here, ready to go. Let's drop it down, hover over the bar, and raise up out of it. Take these nice and slow. That's going to make it more effective, more challenging. Do a small inhale as you start going down. Hold your breath while you're kind of hovering, and then exhale on your way up. Here we go. Okay, just 5 more seconds here. Back in position. Again, I'm tucking this weight in towards my torso, dropping down and raising up. Now, the closer you have this the weight towards your body, the more resistance you're going to get as you press up out of this motion. You'll see the power rods bend a bit as you raise up. Sets, resistance above your body weight here. All right, one more set. And again, if you can't tuck the weight in, maybe your shoulders and your back can't hold that much weight, that's okay. You can also kind of just use this in front of you as a counterbalance as well. Almost like, I don't know, holding on to a chair or something as you drop down. Okay, let's go, team. Let's drop it down. Last set of these. Make this count. Don't let those knees go over your toes here. Nice. Okay. Calf raises up next. I'm going to leave my weight setting the same. You might need to drop it. Try this out for yourself here. So what I'm going to do, facing the tower here, I'm going to drop down a little bit, bring the handles up to my shoulders. And as I face the tower, I'm going to go up on my tippy toes, hold it for 2 seconds, and then drop it down. And then we're just going to repeat that. Okay, so we got about 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and get in position. Let's get the handles at your shoulders. And let's raise up, hold it for 1, 2, and drop. Raise, 1, 2, lower, 1, 2, lower, 1, 2, lower. All right, nice. One more set of those. All right, we are still moving along pretty quickly here. Let's get back in position. Here we go, raise it up, hold it for 1, 2, and lower. Up all the way on those tippy toes. This can kind of be a balance exercise too here. But that's great for your calf muscles and also your Achilles tendon as well. Okay, hip adduction here. So for this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this handle and I'm gonna put my foot closest to the tower here through this handle. So I've got that here, and now I'm gonna step away so my outer leg is actually touching the leg extension. And then what I'm gonna do is try to bring this leg in towards my body, hold it for a second, and then let it slowly get pulled to the tower. So you might need to adjust the weight setting. Hopefully this is a good one for you though. Let's get going and squeeze it in, hold, 1, 2, and slowly release. Should really feel it in the inner part of your hips here. Okay, we're just switching sides now. If you're struggling with your balance, you can also be, kind of holding on to the leg extension, or you might need to pull up a chair as well. Sometimes I start tipping over. We're all doing our best here though. Let's squeeze it in and slow release. All right, we're halfway through the set. I'm gonna actually drop my weight a little bit here. Really try to focus on my technique on these last two. So we're getting in position. Again, you could have a chair right here that you're leaning up against. And we're gonna bring this weight in towards our midsection. I kind of like have my hands on my hips here, or on my, I guess, obliques here. Helps with my balance. As I pull the weight in and together, and get a nice stretch here, and repeat. All right, one more of these, switching sides. Inner leg all clipped in. Let's go. Again, control that weight through the whole range of motion. 10 seconds. Here you go, nice. Now we're gonna go into hip extension. So adduction was bringing the weight in towards us. Extension's gonna be kicking it out. And for that, we're gonna then hook up the outer leg. Now, if you haven't adjusted your weight already, you definitely are gonna wanna do a little bit less weight on these extensions here. And my starting position, I'm basically gonna be about a foot away from the tower, and my feet are gonna be lined up here. And I'm gonna be kicking this weight out and then slowly bringing it back. I said kick it out. You wanna take it nice and smooth out though. I'll also have one hand holding up against the tower here for a little bit more stability. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's extend it out and slowly retract it. This is one of the most underrated leg lifts in my opinion. You know, hip mobility is something that I think really benefits a lot of athletes, a lot of, definitely helps if you're a runner as well. You know, opens up your stride length a little bit, makes it all just feel a little smoother and a little easier. So, huge fan of this lift here. Now let's take it to the other side and extend it out. And you know, these hip exercises are for all genders. At the gym, I rarely see men doing this lift. It feels like a lot more women use the hip machines, but guys, this is a great lift for you as well. So one more on each side. You know, we're just rolling through this routine. We only have 10 sets left to go. So let's get in position here, extend this thing out. And after these 2 sets here, you know, 1 on each side, we're gonna be taking a little bit of a pause, rolling out the yoga mat. I forgot to mention too, if you have ankle straps, you can also use the ankle straps for this lift as well. I actually find the handles to be pretty effective for these. But the ankle straps are kind of a nice, nice way to get a bit more control as you clip directly to the tower here instead of kind of looping it around your foot. And those ankle straps also come with the upgrade kit. 10 more seconds, come on. Okay. So we're now going to be rolling out this yoga mat here. And I haven't exactly figured out how this is going to work on camera. Let's see how this goes. Is we're going to go into a leg pull to crunch here. So I'm going to roll out my yoga mat here and so what I'm going to do for this lift, I'm going to take this handle here and I'm going to put it over one of my feet. I'm also going to slide back a good bit away from the tower here. So actually kind of I guess my hips about align with the leg extension here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up into a crunch as I pull this weight back and then slowly release. So this is kind of hitting our glutes and our hamstrings, but primarily our core with this crunch, hitting our abs here. And now I'm just going to switch sides, and you could, switch to the other side of the machine. You can also stay on the same side as well. And I'm going to just go into another set of these. So again, I'm going to be pulling this weight back as I raise up here. Get a nice crunch. This is going to hit both the upper and lower abs as you crunch up. Now, if you prefer doing the leg curls, if maybe you've done this routine multiple times, you might want to be throwing those ankle straps on now at this point if you haven't already. Let's get the crunches going again. Okay, one more set of these leg pulls to crunches. Oh, hopefully your abs are burning up right now. Now, after the set, we're gonna go into a leg curl. There's a lot of different ways you can do a leg curl on this machine. I'm gonna demonstrate how to do a leg curl using these handles or the ankle straps. Now, if you have a Bowflex Blaze, or I think Conquest is the other one, where you have a leg curl attachment, I'm going to recommend using that. Okay, so leg curls are a little weird using the handles here. I'm going to demonstrate that, and I'm also going to demonstrate how to do it with the ankle straps. Again, if you have Blaze, use that attachment, do leg curls through this normal setup here. You also need to drop the weight. Drop the weight a lot. I'm going to drop down to a 30-pound, or I'm going to drop down to a 50-pound power rod here. So you're going to open up this handle, and then you're going to put this front part on the top of your foot. And then what you want to do is get this back handle over the back of your leg here, or like kind of over the back of your ankle. Hopefully you're wearing shoes. You should definitely be wearing shoes for this. And then you basically have this little triangle here that's going to go over the back of your shoe. This is what you're looking to have. And then you're going to lie down, and then you're going to curl this up here. With the ankle straps, your leg curls are going to be a little bit easier to do, especially if you have the kind that wrap around your ankle, just like this here. These are the ones that come with the upgrade kit. And so I wrap that up. And now all I need to do is just clip in the weight here directly to my ankle. Now I'm going to line up kind of my shoulders with the leg extension here. And when I kick back, what I want to do is try to have this, the cable here actually up against the back of my shoe. Otherwise, if it's off to the side, you're not going to get the same stretch here. So from here, we're just going to then pull back here and get a nice squeeze here. It helps to not, take a full negative where then you swing your leg out. To keep a little contact with the cable is going to help keep things in place. Where my arms are well away from the machine is, and then I'm going to curl up and I'm going to get a big squeeze right here in the back of my leg. So I'm going to curl up, get a nice squeeze, and drop it down. Now you can kind of lie flat on the ground here, or you can kind of plank a little bit. Okay, we got just 20 seconds to switch sides here. So again, we're gonna remove this foot, put this other one in, and again, you want this handle behind your foot. Try to tighten it up a bit, make that little triangle. And then we're gonna lie down here and do our curls. right, switching sides again. I know with the handles, there's a lot of kind of finagling around here. With those ankle straps, it's a little easier to get this all in place here and locked in. But I want these routines to be just accessible to everybody with even just the stock Bowflex. Okay, switch sides. One final set of curls. It's gonna be our last lift of the day. You know, I do like the activation I get out of these a little bit more than the activation I get when using the leg extension attachment. And that's really why I want to show this lift to you, even though it's a little difficult to get this, you know, set up or this configuration just right. So if you're having a hard time getting in position, you know, give yourself another couple sets in here. So, whew. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's workout. Don't forget to remove those power rods from tension and rack them up or wrap them up so they stay strong, just like you. I also want to give a big thank you to the people that support this channel. I've got the elite Patreon and Ko-Fi members here up on the screen. They get their name in the credits, access to all my workout programs, workout journals, all sorts of good stuff, and they help support content like this directly. So thank you to them. Thank you to you for making it through this routine. I hope you feel good about making it through. And as always, I want you to be good to yourself, be good to others, and thanks for watching.